Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome back. Those of you that are returning subscribers, those that are of you that are new, welcome. Okay, my name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to entertain you guys today to give you guys a psychic reading. So, get comfortable, get a Gatorade, get some water. If you haven't taken your medication today, and so that's something you're supposed to do, make sure you do that. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. Okay. Okay, so make sure that you guys also are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes any shadow banning of my content. All my messages are copyrighted from God and the Holy Spirit, so do not steal from them. Okay, now we're going to go into the prayer. Okay, so I ask that God continue to order our steps when dealing with anything in the spiritual and the psychic realm. I also ask that the Most High God be here with us today, and the Holy Spirit and the Archangel, specifically Archangel Michael, that he would defend us and protect us from any negative energy, any evil eye, and block out anyone or anything that has any negative intention for me or my platform. I also pray for protection and safety against the witches and the warlocks on this app, and against the people that work for YouTube that keep messing with my platform. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, so I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my to me and my subscribers. Okay, and I pray that the truth gets revealed. And I also pray for all of my subscribers. Again, I rebuke any demons. Hi, welcome in there, Karim. I'm doing good today. I rebuke any demons, vampires, witches, and warlocks. In the name of Yeshua, the name of all that is good, righteous, holy, and true. Okay, now as I call upon God's personal favor for my mission, I ask that God give me the full grace and glory of God, the armor of God for protection and safety during my life's work and mission here. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so my message, like before I forget it, is that, and then also, okay, so I put in the chat because we are talking about vampires today. A vampire tried to drain one of you guys in my collective, and the vampire got really sick as shit. Like, this is so funny. Oh, they're stupid. Anyways, but I also want to just say I do not give consent for any vampires, witches, or warlocks or anything like that to feed off of my subscribers and to feed off of my Soul Tribe family. I don't give them consent, and I rebuke them. And I say, fuck no, they need to get out. You did have a strange dream. That is so funny. Yeah. So a vampire last night literally came to somebody in the astral realm and tried to drain them of their energy. And what happened was you guys either called your energy back, or maybe when you were coming out of the dream state, you grabbed whatever had been siphoned. Whatever you did, it made this vampire sick as shit. So you got literally a vampire that's trying to drain you of your energy, and they got sick, which is kind of funny to me, but serves them right Yeah, we do not give consent to vampires. We rebuke them in the name of the Most High. Thank you. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's what was going on last night. It was like ridiculous. So yeah, somebody sees you in the 9 of Cups with your wish fulfillment and they want some of that energy. This is basically somebody that wants your energy. They don't want your company. They don't want your um att- like they don't even want your attention. If this vampire could have its way, it would be able to come into your dream state and come into the astral realm and be able to drain you without you ever, and its intention was to cloak itself so you guys would never ever notice that it was there. But like God's always going to give you guys signs, and messages, and if it's not coming from me, then it'll come through from an angel number, an actual spirit guide. Like you guys will always end up getting, whether you listen to the message, you guys will get the message that somebody was trying to oh my God, you saw short of a vampire movie before you fell asleep. It was random. You felt something like a sign. Yeah, that definitely was. And, I will always tell you that our phones and the internet are all fallen angel technology, and vampires and stuff like that. Vampires and werewolves are created from witchcraft, basically. Um, it's all from magic, basically. So, knowing that is like a major thing because a lot of vampires believe it has to do with the lineage thing. It has to do with a lineage that was cursed, not even some of the vampire lineages are not even cursed by God, but some of them are. Oh, you had a strange dream too, filled with movie actors that made you eat something. Oh, you didn't. Okay, I'm glad that you did not eat, because again, that is one way in the dream state to get you guys to agree with, and literally, I have to rebuke these things as well because I have people always trying to get me to sit at their table and eat whatever their bullshit is. And so, yeah, you just have to learn that if you have any dreams about eating anything, not a good sign. Um, just don't eat it. Rebuke it in the dream state if you can, if you're lucid enough to. And if you're not, then when you get up in the right after having that dream and realizing like what was going on, because they're usually trying to feed you witchcraft, then rebuke it. So yeah, if you guys had strange dreams, it's because this person literally was trying to get in your energy. They offered you desserts. But in the dream, you remember that you're on a diet. That's why you didn't. Wow. See, that natural protection is already there. So this group of vampire coven people, they do have physical bodies, but I feel like they do most of their vampirism through the astral realm and through the sleep state. Like they will enter your dreams. Okay, first of all, I saw the movie Sinners like weeks ago. I'm going to type it in the chat. Okay, it's a new movie that's out. It's actually pretty good, but it's not like the best. Like I like the Lost Boys and stuff. I guess I'm just old school with vampire stuff, and I like whatever that one is with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, the Lestat one. Anyways, so maybe I'm just like into the old vampire stuff. I think that's better. But you had a dream of reading a book and a young girl that is blind. Wow. To a young girl that is blind. Wow. That is wild. So yeah, I watched the movie Sinners and I liked it. But again, I feel like it kind of depicted vampires in a unique way, and it was pretty entertaining. There was a lot of little, hidden Easter eggs in it for me, but I really felt like they did pretty good job on it. There may be hidden Easter eggs in the movie too. Again, I watched all these movies before I watched the movie, or not the movies, but videos of people talking about it. And they were saying like, oh, that it's so evil that it'll change you and mess you up forever. What in the hell were these people talking about? It's like literally was not like that. Anyways, so I watched it and it was pretty entertaining. But how those vampires were. See, you're dealing with vampires that can go out in the sun. No, they don't like to go out in the sun. They mostly operate. When you guys are sleeping, these vampires are awake. Okay, I get more of the type of vampire that's from like Doctor Sleep, and which is another. They had the book called The Shining, right? Then they had another one, and then they had Doctor Sleep, and it's all about vampires basically extracting this energy out of children, which is the same shit the reptilians do with the adrenochrome. The actors that you saw were from the TV series Legion. Okay. It's a little psychedelic. The main actor was from the first Downtown Abbey, the blonde dude who died in a car crash. Wow. I love the Shining movie too. Isn't it so good? It is still such a freaking creepy movie. Oh my gosh. When I was in Vegas, I was like, this hallway reminds me of The Shining. It's just so freaking long. There was like nobody on it, just totally eerie. But yeah. So, I do feel like it is amazing. I do feel like the whole concept of Doctor Sleep and all that, if you end up watching it, it's just this child that was in The Shining that was seeing all those dead people and those spirits. He grows up and becomes an adult, and there's these groups of vampires that abduct children and torture them so they can extract. They like breathe in the psychic energy or the whatever energy it is as they're torturing children. And this one guy the guy in The Shining, he ends up being able to see all of that. So he has these encounters with these beings. Okay, so then I was just also hearing dark shadows. So yeah, there are a lot of different types of vampires. So I don't know what to call this specific type that comes into the dream state, but they primarily they leave their body at nighttime through some type of meditation or astral projection, very adrenochrome, yeah, through astral projection or some type of practice like that. Then they pick a target, and because you guys shine so brightly, it's not hard to see you guys. It's not hard to see your energy. So they'll pick a target, and then they'll go into the dream state, have an interaction, and try to make some type of energy exchange within that interaction in the dream state. And then from that point on, if you do an energy exchange with them, which means basically in some type of way you're giving them consent to come into your dreams, to come into your mind, then they start sending shadows and shit like that to drain you. Or I wouldn't say the shadows drain you, but you would start at that point when you wake up, you would start seeing shadows around you out of the corner of your eyes, and you guys would start feeling creeped out and feeling drained, and like something in the air maybe is just dead or lacking energy, or something like that. Like you would definitely feel a change in presence in the air. So if you have that eerie feeling, just continue to rebuke it. There are things that vampires don't like, and they don't like sunlight. They don't like to go out in the sun. I mean, I used to have a next door neighbor that was an Ars Goetia demon and a vampire, and this person almost never went out in the sun. And if they did, they would throw a fit. So there are some that have that reaction. I feel like these astral vampires, these are ones that they basically roam the astral realm, but they enter into people's dreams, and they try to trick them into having any type of energy exchange. Like if you were to ever have a dream of somebody being asked to like come in your house, no, the answer is no. I do not. And you need to be very clear with the vampires. I do not give consent, because this is the other thing. If you guys are natural like Blade, you know how the Blade series, Blade is a vampire that hunts other vampires. Okay, if you guys are naturally like Blade, which I get, Ragnarok, you are, at this point, if a vampire tries to come into your home, um, basically you could take their ass out in the dream state. Literally, you could suck up all of their energy and rebuke them and send them back. So yeah. Oh, that's the jail spell. Yeah, that makes you cooped up in a room. Exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's why these people, and then I'm also feeling like something stabbing me in the back. So this could be somebody that you trusted that stabbed you in the back in this way. And you may meet somebody when they're not a vampire, and they could turn into a vampire over a certain amount of time. You never know who other people are connected to, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, there are different ways to deal with vampires. I mean, obviously, the sign of the cross, because vampires have eaten or drank the blood and energy of so many people who worship Jesus, they cower against the sign of the cross. Okay. Like, I had a vampire come into my dream state one time, like years and years ago when I was still living on the Indian burial grounds. And it came up to my face and it put me in a sleep paralysis, and it said, I'm going to come back when your stepdaughter is here. Ooh, that was the wrong thing to say. I got up out of my body and I cornered the thing, and I was like, the sign of the cross. And I was like, get the fuck. And it just bounced. It went back out the window. And then I never slept with the window open again from that point on. Hell to the no. But yeah, you guys had somebody that was playing in your energy last night, and because they see that you're in this 9 of Cups, and this is what I'm saying, the chosen, we have natural vampire abilities. If we wanted to steal this entire, we could actually devour the astral form of these people. So that's why if they want to come in and try to fuck around and play with us and trick us, then we're going to allow them to trick themselves and walk right into our trap and then feed off of them and just completely devour their astral form so that they can never do that little, meditation trick ever again. So I have done that before, just sucked vampire souls like right out and they wither up. But this type of person is somebody that feels like you are not aware that they have been transformed. So I feel like this could be an old friend that you have, or somebody that wants to come back in your life now. I just heard this could also be like an ex. The cross has four corners. Yeah, it's like a jail signal, isn't it? It is. It's like a threat, basically. It's like a threat. I mean, all supernatural creatures fear the name of Jesus. Like, and it's again because they don't know who the real Jesus is. They just fear that shit like completely. They know that if Jesus were to say, go into those pigs right there, those spirits would have to listen to that. So this is somebody that that definitely definitely wanted to create some type of competition with you. Like, what are they competing for? I think they're competing for this wish fulfillment with the 9 of Cups. I literally feel like somebody is competing with wish fulfillment. We could also be dealing with some type of Ifrit jinn. Okay, there is a vampire type of jinn that they do possess people and change them. So we could be dealing with that type of energy, because I'm just seeing with the 9 of Cups, yeah, that definitely, that's wish fulfillment. So this 5 of Wands energy means that they're going to have to resort to underhanded methods to get a project pushed through. Also, I'm hearing that there is like some type of New Orleans vampire that's been searching for somebody in my collective for a very long time, and it has to do with a past lifetime. Okay. So again, you may know these vampire people from another life. And so they're like, ooh, they're looking for the perfect person to turn into a vampire, to start a new race of them, basically. Okay. So yeah, they need a leader. So maybe, I don't know, whatever their leader, whoever the fuck that is, maybe that vampire got staked or something. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. Ifrit is very belligerent type of jinn. Yeah. And they're very much into the devouring of humans. So I can't call it cannibalism, because cannibalism's when a human eats a human, but when a jinn eats a human and takes their form, yeah, that is a real thing. It's like the stealing of people's stuff. So if you ever encounter a vampire and you feel drained, and this could even be with psychic vampires. Let's say you have a conversation with somebody. They are very emotional. Some people will be emotionally draining and not know they're a vampire and have no idea that this is what they do for energy. And some of them will. You just need to, you can at any point, just like True Blood, say, no, I uninvite you in. You can at any point say, I do not give consent. Okay. All of them, regardless of what type they are, they have to listen to those two things. And there is something about that. And it has to do with the magic that created the vampire in the first place, you know. So, um, werewolves, not like that at all. Werewolves can ask to come in, and then they can scratch you, bite you, or pee on you, or do any number of things that would infect you with their lycanthropy crap. Okay, so werewolves are not the same. Witches, I'm not for sure if they need to be invited in. Oh, you need good news today. Does the universe in your gardens have any good news? Okay, so let's, Girl Gone, thank you for sending that super chat. Let's look and see. So are you wanting to look at, I'm kind of getting, okay, Girl Gone, did you have any weird dreams last night? Because there's been a vampire spirit trying to drain people, basically. I'm being called to use the Money Moves Oracle deck, so maybe this has to do with money. Maybe you have a new opportunity coming in. So yeah, it would be really, that's why you guys, it's so important to remember your dreams, because a lot of the ways that spirits communicate is through the dream state and through the astral realm. And I don't know how the astral realm is linked with the dream state, but it is. It's somehow when we go to sleep, we are in the dream state and we are in the astral realm. And I think it's at the same time. Oh, good day. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Girl Gone. All right. So we're going to start with this deck. Money matters. Okay. So it says expense, save, cut cost, resource plan ahead, make an informed choice, invest your money wisely. So this is about investing your energy. Okay. I feel like your energy is split because you've got so many different things that are going on that are possibilities that you're putting energy into each thing, and it's kind of splitting your energy, Girl Gone. So that is one thing that I'm getting. Also, it says invest your money wisely. You may want to look into starting a Bitcoin, and the stock market is what I just heard. Like what I'm getting is that you need to create a I don't want to say like a side hustle, but like an extra hustle in case anything goes wrong with your benefits, with your income. Been feeling really drained. Oh my God. Okay, yo, we're talking about vampires. I literally was picking up that a vampire is coming to the people in my collective. So the reason you've been feeling really drained is because you've been experiencing a vampire. But I am getting that, again, we were just kind of talking about this before you came on here, that it does have to do with a vampire that's coming to you in the dream state. Yeah, the moon alignments. Yesterday, the moon was extremely powerful. It was very strong. It was a full moon. Yeah, your energy feels everywhere. That's exactly what I'm picking up on. You know of a voodoo queen who is from New Orleans, given what I am. Yeah, you could breed a whole race out. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So beware of vampires trying to goat you at this time, or bait you, I mean. Because, yeah, you guys are goats, basically. So, yeah, what I'm getting is that your energies, it's kind of, it's like being drawn and quartered. Your energy is being ripped in different ways. I didn't mean to be that graphic. This is about an opportunity. Literally, somebody could have been trying to bring this opportunity to you in the dream state. You guys, did you wake up feeling drained, Girl Gone? Because your energy feels very low right now, like really super low. And usually after a full moon, your energy will be like a little bit too high or a little bit too uh, big. It's kind of what it feels like. It's not that it's a high vibration, but it's definitely a strong vibration. And so, yeah, feeling drained is definitely the opposite of that. So somebody may be wanting to offer you an opportunity to start a new job or start a new career or something like that. Yeah, they want to flood you with all these different choices with the hopes that you guys will accept, Yeah, the moon kept you awake. Absolutely. It was a full moon in Sagittarius. So This talks about opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to home. It says Rome, but I think it should say home, because why in the hell would anybody want to go to Rome? I mean, unless you're into that. But like, yeah. So somebody was dipping into your energy. I'm seeing somebody literally like spoon feed themselves your energy. Look at the snake just fell out. Oh, yeah, you're a Capricorn, so you're a goat, and goat stands for greatest of all time. If y'all didn't know, it's one of the most awesome abbreviations. Okay, so so basically you are dealing with somebody who is shedding their skin. This person wants to wear your skin. Okay, they're reducing their losses by eliminating any competing sources, and this person wants an upgrade off of your energy. So basically, yeah, you woke up and felt drunk. Yeah, the moon causes that feeling. I have had many times where I've woken up straight up feeling drunk, and I don't really drink. Like, it's, very rarely at concerts or whatever, but like I don't ever drink at home. So it's always at a social thing. So yeah. If you're waking up feeling woozy and drunk, I'm just like, um, yeah, like feeling like that. That's another sign that there was a lot of lunar magic. Somebody could be using the moon to try to siphon your energy. I was talking about these vampires that enter into the dream state. Yeah, you're gaining foresight about this problem, because once you clean this up, like we're going to clean it up today. And then, I'm going to ask spirit. Okay, there is a crystal. It's called, it's called Arf Vedsonite. Okay. It's this crystal right here. This is the crystal out of all crystals and stones that is the best. It's got kind of like a blue sheen to it. It's the best for stopping energy vampirism. And what it does is it makes you feel safe in your own energy again, and it replenishes your energy. I literally have handed somebody that was being vampired really bad. I handed them a piece of this blessed arfesonite, and the person that was vampiring them had an immediate fit, like an immediate fit. I'm not even joking. And was pissed because they weren't able to drain the energy of my friend, who's also a fallen watcher, but again, I feel like he was being a vampire because he was being vampired. And like I was saying, there's a lot of people that are vampires don't know they are. And then some people that are emotionally draining, some of them, they don't know that they're being a vampire. Like they literally have no idea that they drain people. They just know that they feel better when they argue with others. So yeah, having a hard time sleeping. I feel like your body was like not wanting you to go into the REM state because this entity was going to enter into the dream state. Wow. Okay. You did wake up sweating, which is weird because your partner keeps the room cold. Yeah, that's definitely you trying to fight something off. So you gaining insight about this is a good thing. And look at this. This was a gamble for whatever spirit. This is also a foresight about now there are, like I was just saying how I had just been to Vegas. There are lots of vampires that are gamblers, okay? The room is literally 60 degrees and you woke up sweating and then you woke up. Yeah, also you guys having a dream within a dream where you're dreaming and then then you wake up and you realize that you're dreaming but you're still in a dream. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're fighting for your life. This was a big gamble though, and I am feeling, why am I feeling fire? I'm feeling a lot of heat all of the sudden around my feet. Like that is really weird. So let's see. Looking, have an eye for beauty and uncover hidden charm. So somebody was definitely looking. I feel like there's an ancient vampire, like Lestat, something like that, that is going through the collective and they're searching for somebody. Actually, they're searching for a whole group of people. that are descendants of it or something like that. Yeah, you guys are having the same experiences, which is totally wild. Totally wild. So yeah, the sweating is definitely fighting something off. Endings. These people are looking to see where the endings are in your life. They want an avenue in. I'm also getting some type of weird vampire romance energy. So this snake person is trying to look in to see if, coming towards you is going to be a good idea or not. And that's in the physical. You could be dealing with somebody that, or you could be about to deal with somebody. Alchemy, using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets. So yeah, you learning God's secrets is what's going to keep this at bay or keep it away from you, is what I would say. I'm definitely getting a feeling that somebody tried to destiny swap. Again, this is like consuming your energy, but I'm feeling energy leave my feet, which is like, yeah, you've learned a lot lately. So have I. Yeah, it's like when the energy leaves my feet or my hands, I feel like somebody is trying to actively steal the destiny. They're trying to walk in your shoes or whatever, but they need that energy. That's your energy, and your energy keeps returning back to you. That's because you guys are praying, and you guys are like, when anytime that you're being kept up at night, you guys need to know that God is sending you a message at that time, especially if you wake up from a dream, that you're basically being called to cleanse and to pray when you get up, okay? And kick whatever's in your energy out. But you do have somebody who is a shapeshifter, who changes forms, and who will come to you in one form, but they're not what they appear to be. That's what I can say. They're a master illusionist. And this is somebody that wants in to y'all's energy, like straight up. They're like sad. Okay, that's pathetic. They're like actually sad that that you don't want to be a part of their group. And how would they know you don't want to be a part of their group? I feel like because you're connected to God. And some vampires are cursed because God cursed the shit out of them, because they were already drinking human blood and being crazy anyways. Their lineages. Yeah. Yes. If you are a shapeshifter, your body can react during the full moon. Yeah, absolutely. You can see a shadow over your face. Yeah, even movie stars tempt you in your dream. Well, a lot of movie stars are, cambions, which is like a mixture between a demon, a sex demon, and a person. It's like combination of those, and then you got all the other supernatural creatures. So I feel like I'm also seeing these red-skinned vampires, but they're more in the astral realm. They're like Hindu deities, but they're red-skinned and they have vampire teeth. So you guys have that as well. I get that some of these are protection and some of these are not protection. So as far as what's going on in your energy, yeah, it could be part of your body shape-shifting. But remember, any shapeshifter, anybody that does shapeshifting, you can control what your body changes to, right? And it could be that your frequency, especially in the dream state, if you're dreaming about turning into a wolf or anything like that. Oh, they are called asuras. Thank you, Nurkarim. Yeah. Yeah, you can spell the Cambians hiding. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Cambians will have something uniquely fetish like about their sexuality. Like, so for example, this is just an example. A Cambian, some Cambians that I have definitely sniffed out in Hollywood is like Angelina Jolie. She has a specific something about her aesthetic and everything is very much fetish like. And then also Selena Gomez, kind of like, especially when she was younger, she looked like a child for a long time. And I'm not trying to be gross, but that's also a type of fetish. Okay. So there, and same with Justin Bieber. These are all demonic contracts. Yeah. First time heard the word Cambian. Got to read up on that. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Read up on it. It's quite interesting. Yeah. So good. You've been using the Palo Santo, but your partner keeps sensing something watching us. Yeah. That's this vampire entity, literally. It's watching you because it's trying to figure out how it's going to bring a 5 of Wands to you, literally, like in the dream state. Because the thing is that some of you guys are more either as powerful or more powerful in the dream state. So this is like these vampires don't know shit, obviously. They could be ancient as all hell and could be body jumpers and jump from body to body, but still they don't know the basics behind things. Cherubim, seraphim, Nephilim. Yeah, all three. It scares the shit out of them for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see what the Thoth decks. So yeah, okay. So these beings see this Ace of Cups being offered to you. I'm seeing a spider web in the back of that Ace of Cups for some reason. And I've looked at this card many times, but I've never noticed that. So that's one reason the cup overflows from the divine towards you. Okay, girl gone. So that's another reason why they are they're basically into you. They're very disappointed that they were not able to successfully get you to join their legion or whatever, or coven or cult, or I don't know what they're called. Whatever groups of vampire people, could your partner have this and not realize it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Because the vampire is going to come to you in your dream as somebody that's very charming, somebody that's trusting, like that you could trust. They're not going to come to you as a vampire. They're going to come to you as like, well, you may have the discernment to see who they truly are, but they're going to come to you as like with the face of a friend or a loved one. I mean, total deception, because they know that you would not allow them in knowing what they are. Right. So yeah. Yeah. You still keep feeling the spider webs and feel like you're interacting with them. Okay, so keep burning the Palo Santo. We talked about Florida water yesterday. I would literally get a little spray bottle, put Florida water cologne with some regular water in it. You could have even salted water. If you have black salt, add a little bit of black salt, shake it up and spray it in your aura. If you don't want to do that, there are sage and Palo Santo sprays you can use that are for the aura, but you just basically want to mist your aura and clean around your door frames and I would throw fresh salt over your threshold and in your windowsills. I would also put, sprinkling some salt, because these things are coming in through some type of gap you have that's in your physical reality. So if you guys are leaving the window open, that's one way they can get in. Even if there's a crack in the window, they can get their slime ass in that way. Yes. Yeah, it's not that hard well, sometimes the vampires can be very like alluring. Okay. And so the thing is that they don't know that once they get into your energy, that they're basically fucked. That you're the one that has the power, because they come in with the assumption that they're going to have power over you, and that's not actually the case, right? But yeah, you definitely want to keep an eye out for that type of experience. Also, anytime you are being chased in a dream, anytime you're being cornered in a dream, yes, wipe your windows down and do the salt. Anytime that you're being chased or cornered or pressured in a dream, that's also a sign of vampirism. Yeah, you think humans don't slander and lie. Yeah, some vampires are actually cordial. This is what I'm saying. Some vampires, like some psychic vampires and emotional vampires, they are just toxic individuals that have no idea that what they're doing is feeding on other people. And then you have some people who intentionally do know what they're doing, and those are the ones that are intentional about it. Those are the ones that have to have consent. But yeah, they'll be cordial for sure. Look at this, the hermit mode. This being feels like, because you're in the hermit mode, which means you're isolating from others, they want to bring you out of hermit. Because when this also talks about Virgo energy, which is virginity energy, which also aligns with the Holy Grail. Yeah, what happened in your dream when you asked? Yeah, TMY meant the arrow pointing north. Yeah, it was actually your partner that handed me the paper in your dream. Oh, it looked like her. Wow. 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 Okay, that absolutely makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, and like you guys have been in hermit mode for a minute, and the only way you're going to interact with a vampire coven, or I again, if I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but it's either a vampire coven or a vampire group. They know they want you to be the leader of their group. This is weird, but it's a some type. There's also, I just heard, a cult that worships Kali Ma, but they're into vampirism as well, and they've been watching you guys. Look at this. This is love. Like they wanted to come in with this loving offer that they thought that was going to get you out to just move right out of hermit mode and to start trusting people again. And so I feel like also beware of any time that you're eating something in a dream, anytime you're having any sexual encounter in a dream, that's all energy exchange. And so that's another form of vampirism. And so they have different tricks that they'll use. But, this person feels like if they can get you in the astral first, then they're disappointed though. Then they'll be able to come to you in the physical, right? So yeah, I would definitely pray over your partner, Grogon, pray over your spouse, pray over your person, just pray over them and include them in your daily and nightly prayers. And just say, if there is anything vampiric in nature or supernatural in nature that has any intent to disturb my energy field in any type of way, I do not give consent to that. And I call down the fire of the Holy Spirit to burn up every demonic altar and every vampiric interaction. Because the thing is that you guys may find out that you're actually like Blade, where the vampires come to you and then you hunt them back. Yeah, absolutely. Look, they want this dominion. These vampire covens want to use you to make you an elder in their community, which would be like somebody in the higher ups or some shit. But they want to literally make you like that so that, yeah, you're a lot like Blade. I love the Blade series. Those are some of the best movies. I also just heard the Chronicles of Riddick. But yeah, they want to have domination over a lot of other people, and they want to utilize your energy to do that. So that again, they're very disappointed that they were not able to have dominion over your energy. They want you to be like, I'm getting that they want you to be like what was it in the Queen of the Damned? They want you to be like that. Like, and I love, if you haven't seen the Queen of the Damned, oh, it's so good. Such a good, it's got Aaliyah in it. She was somebody that was affected by energy swap. Well, you're more, yeah, aura change from dark blue to bright orange. So it could be them attracting them. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It going from dark blue to bright orange, which means that they're drawing off of your relationships, your love. That's what they want to siphon because that's what they're lacking. So calling them out in the dream state is good. Chronicles of Riddick is a favorite of mine. Yeah, me too. I freaking love those movies. You're definitely dealing with a female. Like I was getting a female energy, and then also it's like this female energy wants, this is weird. This person wants to be the queen of the damned, but they're not naturally. They're trying to elevate in the vampire community, and the vampire community wants you guys for some reason to be their queen of the damned like leader, if that makes sense. Even your kids, we attract dead. Yeah, the dead and a lot of spirits. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, they want you to be, yeah. Is there a medallion or something? Okay, so yes, you can get an Archangel Michael medal, and you can bless that yourself by praying the prayer to Archangel Michael. Defend me in battle, deliver me from the wickedness of the devil. that prayer. You can pray that prayer over his metal, and then you can bury that in your yard, and vampires will stay away from your yard. You can also carry that on you, and you can use holy water. Holy water is going to deter them, but it's not going to. If you were to squirt a vampire with it, they're not going to start burning up. Like, okay, they may get a rash or something, but basically you just want to put that around your doorway, any type of access point to your house, including the back door also, because a lot of the times, and don't have a welcome mat out. If the welcome mat is welcoming in stuff that you guys don't need, so definitely get rid of that welcome mat if you've got one. But you guys are dealing with a female energy that wants to become the queen of the damned, but they would have to take part of your destiny or something like that to do that. So there is some type of other lifetime connection where maybe you were a leader. Look, this is a completion of a cycle, though. This is a total completion of a cycle. I feel like these vampires are looking for a savior. Weird. They're super disappointed in this vampire queen coven person. Yeah, exactly. She wants to be the bride to your Christ light, literally. And this person is like not even a real vampire. I don't know how they became the leader of this group of them. The vampires I'm picking up on are actually supernatural creatures that are disguised as people. Okay, so they could have the receding gums, they could have fangs, but they don't have to. These people could just have weird ass energy, you know. Also, I feel like there are types of vampires that are not negative, and I know that we've talked about the types of vampires that come from the fallen angels and fallen watchers. There are types of vampires that are not negative, that actually they are vampires, but they don't feed until they find another vampire. Yeah, the Queen of the Damned. Oh, you have the soundtrack. Yeah, it's such good music. Oh my gosh, I love Aaliyah. I'm so sad that, you know, she got taken out, because she was amazing. But yeah, so what I'm getting is that you know, there are rules to the engaging with them, but you know, these people also could be wanting to convert you because they see the potential danger of you turning on them, like turning against them. They could see the potential danger. Maybe this has to do with some type of vampire prophecy. Yeah, that's exactly it. She can't just use you as a political chip to gamble. That's exactly it. This is like a whole group of people knowing about these chosen ones, knowing that they're supposed to be the one thing that could turn their vampire coven, group, whatever, nest into being no longer cursed. That's what they're picking up on. But yeah, they want somebody to convert to their way of living, which again, not saying there's anything wrong about it as long as these people are following the rules, but they follow the rules like when it's convenient for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why she's raging astrally. That's exactly it. They want you to lift the curse, exactly. But then if you lifted the curse, these people would all of a sudden become powerless, and then they would pass away. So that's, you know, there's a lot of controversy going on within these vampire cycles and covens or whatever. Somebody wants you to straight up stop what you're doing right now. Okay, somebody's trying to send a dream to inspire you to go to where these places are, where these vampires exist, like New Orleans and other places. They're trying to inspire you through giving you, because they can send dreams, through sending you dreams so that you'll come to them. No, if these vampires want you, they need to get off their lazy fucking asses and they need to come to you. They need to be straight up with it. Hi, I'm a vampire. My name is Susie, and I would like to ask if you could break this curse for me or whatever. Like that, they would be better off doing some shit like that than just trying to dominate your energy and force you into force you into it. Yeah, your daughter has poltergeist abilities. Your youngest has auto telepathy, and your oldest is an empath. Absolutely. Yeah, so they could be, and that's one thing. When that vampire said it was going to feed on my stepchild, I flipped out on the shit. And completely, yeah, you know how Michael in the Underworld series, yes, actually, I forgot his name was Michael, how he's a hybrid of wolf and vampire and human. Yes, those actually do exist as well. I don't know what they're called, though. Kind of like that. There's a reason the film exists. Yeah. Yeah, like the Alexander Corvinus that made both of them. Yeah, so it's so much easier for them to be straight up, but these beings rely on deception. Yeah, you know when to cut people off, literally. Literally. What I'm hearing is that you guys have Kali Ma protecting you. So these people want to go, they want some type of connection to that. Yeah, they could just meet you at a coffee shop. That's exactly it. Instead of trying to enter into your dreams, because they're going to get caught up for this, you know. All you guys have to do is rebuke them. Yeah, they want a truce, though. They literally want a truce. And there's been wars between the werewolf covens. Within Luciferianism, there's two paths you can take. One is vampirism, the other is werewolfism, or any type of catcanthropy, lycanthropy, all of that stuff. Okay, so there are different fractions within that. These Luciferian groups need the Christ-like energy to get free. They want to make some type of truce with you guys so that you'll like let them in and be part of their, you know, they want a leader basically. Yeah, you guys, and those of you guys that have had these experiences, you rank higher than these beings because, you know, I don't care how many hundreds of years they've lived. They've not gotten any wiser or gained any like real type of knowledge, or they haven't done shit for hundreds of years. Like I said, body jumping people and shape shifting, these beings have not fucking evolved. They need an evolution. They're looking for an upgrade. Okay. They want this witchcraft to be a completion of a cycle. But I'm serious. If these vampires want this cycle to be completed so bad, they're looking at some type of prophecy. There was some type of prophecy and it's talking about the times we're in now, that there is a leader vampire here. So yeah, they're looking for who's going to fulfill that prophecy for them, right? The Tower, look at that. Literally, you are going to be making a truce with these beings. They don't need to come to you in the astral realm and do this dumb shit. They don't need to send this dumbass evil eye. Literally, it's putting them in the tower. It's not even putting you guys in the tower. You've always had a witch-like energy. Yeah, no, I definitely do believe in witches that are just like you, Girl Gone, that don't use their powers for bad. Those are like white witches, you know what I mean? Yeah, they wanted you to be like her and join her coven, and you didn't want to. Yeah, because they needed your guys' energy. That's why they needed it to be able to actually get their shit recognized and off the ground. Because again, you guys will find that some people that say that they're vampires, they're not really vampires. Some people that say that they're werewolves, they're not really. Some people that say that they're Wiccans, they may follow the traditions of Wiccanism, but they don't have any real natural magic. They don't have actual abilities and magic. So they're searching for abilities and magic. So you guys got to be really careful of those types of groups of people too, that are looking for that type of magic. Yes, I do know. Yeah, I definitely know that all of the characters from Underworld are definitely real. I was the Celine character. And I was in the remake of it where they did the first, they like, what is it called? Prequel. I was also Sophie or Sophia so I was like a reincarnation. Like it just had many incarnations of that. But yeah. Yeah. You woke up to singing. Wow, the sound of women's voices. Wow, something from the light realm. Yeah, it's allegory for sure. Well, it's allegory, but it's also stuff that's happened in the fifth dimension. I mean, people come up with these stories and they're really getting it from the dream state where they go and interact with these other higher self versions of ourselves, basically. But yeah, so I have been hearing women singing as well, and I didn't get a bad feeling from that. So I was wondering if they were fairies or whatever they were, because it's like kind of like angelic singing. So yeah, you're definitely being looked over at this time. Like something is actually looking over you while you sleep. This tower energy, this is because you have cut someone off from your energy. They want back in, or they were connected to either the Illuminati, which the Illuminati practices vampirism and lycanthropy. So do the Masons. Um, they practice these things. So you basically said no to one of these weird ass coven groups or whatever, and they want, yeah, they want they want your energy. Point blank period. Some vampires are allergic to silver. That's interesting. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not for sure what they're allergic to. I know that they're allergic to some of y'all's energy. Like I was saying, they try to come in and have domination over you, and you have domination over them. No, you're not being silly. There's definitely behind every myth and legend and part of and everything of the lore, there is a little bit sliver of a truth. You know what I mean? So yeah, some I'm getting that it's like werewolves are allergic to silver when they're changing. So when it's like they have a heightened sensitivity to it. And some vampires have a heightened sensitivity as well. But yeah, debauchery. This is because all of the old vampire covens, they're always into this debauchery, always feeding, always feasting, and always harvesting. It is debauchery. We're just going to call it what it is. And so they're looking to feed on people who engage in different types of debauchery, like drinking alcohol for specifically, because it weakens the aura and it allows these entities access. Indolence, again, it's so much easier to keep their energy up by stealing from others. They're lazy than it would be to actually, you know, get energy from God or from even their vampire source. And maybe they're looking at you at as their vampire source, like as the reincarnation of, you know, like their vampire, their lead, whatever their lead vampire thing is. You could very well be a reincarnation. And they're looking at that and they're like trying to examine you through your dreams. And I think that that's the wrong way to go about it. Yeah, you have had a victory lifetime after lifetime over these people because you stay in hermit mode and you don't intermingle with others. Yes, you do see lichen right in your face. Yeah, they want to make you an elder for a political gamble. Yes, they want to unite the different vampire covens all together under one leader. Yeah, see the lichen right in your face. Wow, early pre-awakening face. I've literally seen somebody like look at me and they had a face of a dog. A dude with a humanish looking lion head right in front of your face when you woke up one day. Wow, scared you shitless for sure. Yeah, I feel like they want to sacrifice you for your energy, not be my friend. Yeah, I feel like I agree with that. I feel like they want first of all, Ragnarok, they want you to be like their leader of leaders, okay? Which is it's some type of trap because they see you as a reincarnated. But Grogon, I'm also getting that they want you to be like either a part of their individual faction, or they want you to help unify the others. So maybe there's something happening in the vampire community that we're not aware of right now. And I feel like it has to do with it has to do with basically you guys and a prophecy. Yeah. And again, these people are not prudent people. Yeah. Yeah, these people are not prudent people. They see you as being prudent, not wanting to share your energy, and they don't like that. While everybody else, why don't these people? It's like if they really want to victimize you, they should go to somebody that's going to be easier to victimize. Futility, it's basically futile for them to try to do this. It's basically futile. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's basically pointless because you've won the war before even fighting the battle. That's what they know. That's part of the prophecy, is that no vampire will be able to defeat you. So you have the highest up of the highest up coming for you, trying to siphon that energy and no, you guys keep pulling your energy back and the vampire gets sick. That's hilarious. You thought the singing was either banshee or sirens. Okay. Yeah, it could have been maybe a siren energy, but I was getting more angelic. You will definitely know when it's a banshee because it will sound like somebody that is bawling, like hysterically crying, and they're wailing like somebody has just passed, like it's like somebody passed away. Yeah, exactly. You already won the battle. That's exactly it. So yeah, Banshee, I've heard Banshee before, and Banshees are not negative. They're not vampiric in any type of way. They're actually tied to different bloodlines, and they give you a warning by making this horrible sound, and it like is very creepy, but they give you a warning that somebody in your bloodline is about to pass away when that happens. So they're actually protectors of the bloodline. Cruelty, there is an aspect of cruelty to their to vampirism. It's still, even these vampires that exist in different parts of the world, even though, and these reptilians which are acting like vampires, okay, that exist in different parts of the world that feed off of negativity, they still are trying to feed off of large groups of people. That's why you need to be very careful. You don't know what celebrity is housing what type of spirit, or they're basically giving different spirits access to their fan base and energy harvesting off of like a concert or off of people in a bar. They'll just be skimming the energy off the top, and that pact or that force will be working with a celebrity or working with somebody that has a large following. That's why I feel like them coming from my collective is they done fucked up. That was a bad idea. The universe, literally, universally, like, I know that these vampires, some of them come from space. They still have UFOs and shit like that. If you guys ever have a dream of vampires wearing space like suits, okay, those are the ones that I'm talking about. You guys may actually end up seeing them in real life. Whenever you see a vampire supernatural creature, do not freak out. They're revealing themselves to you to get a rise out of you so they can siphon that energy and have an energy exchange. And then they feel like through fear that they use dominion to control you. Okay, so yeah, the answer is basically look at it and go, okay, whatever. It's just some shit that's trying to scare me. Can't do anything to me unless I let it or believe it. Yeah, they're very much in sorrow, because they have been looking through for the whole universe for this one soul. This is like the story of what the Interview with the Vampire, where Lestat is looking forever for like the perfect mate, right? Okay. They also universally, these beings have abducted people. Specifically, I'm seeing people that get stranded at sea. Have throughout history, these space vampires have been abducting people that are in desperate situations that would have to lean on them for help. Oh, it is it made a metaphor about something for sure. So yeah, this sorrow is them feeling like you're not going to agree with their, intention or plot or whatever. And you also have one of these vampires is like, oh, a lover from another lifetime or something. They've been watching you for a minute. Yeah, they see this virtuous energy. And this is why, because you guys are virtuous and in your purpose, this is why they're not going to be able to just straight up abduct you and eat you. And even worse, the ones that they abduct and don't just fully straight off eat and drain of all blood, they'll actually turn those ones and put them back on the earth and have them stealing and siphoning energy from people while on the earth and giving it to these vampire higher ups that are still in space. Swiftness. Yeah, this was a very swift action to come against you in this type of way. They wanted to come in with this Five of Wands energy real fast so that you would feel like you had to fight them. This is all because of a prophecy. So I'm going to, after this video, research, oh my gosh, something about the black sun and the red moon. It's accompanied by a red moon. I was literally working on the stuff with the black sun yesterday. So there is something there. Yeah. So another thing you can do is anoint yourself with garlic oil. You can literally just take some extra virgin olive oil, add some salt to it, add some garlic to it, even garlic powder. You don't even need to put like an actual garlic clove in it. And then, allow that to sit in the sunlight or just bless it. And you can anoint your head with it. That will definitely stop the bad dreams. You can anoint your, do the sign of the cross over your doors and over your windows. That's the main ways that they come in. Fire and ash. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I was like. There's something significant about Blade for sure. The Princess of Cups. Yeah, I mean, they are seeing you as some type of royalty to them. And so they feel like it's part of your destiny. This is where they fucked up at. They feel like it's part of your destiny. Yeah, it would cover them like an umbrella. Yeah. Yeah. If someone cursed on you, it bounces back right away. Yeah. It's kind of like the Cain thing where God says, Cain's like, well, if everybody knows what I did to Abel, they're going to all come for me and they're going to unlife me. And God's like, don't worry. I'm going to put this mark on you. I'm going to put this whatever on you. And I do believe in some senses that Cain was possibly the first vampire or maybe the first werewolf, maybe both of those. But basically God's like, I'm going to put this mark on you. Anybody, if they send any attack to you, whatever they try to do to you, I'm going to do 10 times back to them. So that's what I'm picking up on. It's something that's like that. It's not that exact one, but it's like that. Abundance. See, they want this abundance. They want this abundance of life force, literally. Also, this vampire that I'm basically getting telepathic messages from, they're afraid of your children, girl gone. They are afraid of your children. So why they're not afraid of you, that's crazy. Maybe your children are like light workers and star seeds. Literally, they could be rainbow children. They could be children of the sun. Yeah, definitely afraid of your children and afraid of what your children are going to do when they grow up. Again, that's none of their fucking business. So this thing, whatever it is, it mimics if you see somebody that is wanting to interact with you and they act robotic or they act like not like robotic like that, but they act just, I don't know how to do it, but they'll move in a really weird way that will see, you'll be like, is that an automaton or what the fuck is that? Like lifeless, like robot thing. Okay. You'll get that type of feeling from them. Also, be wary of people that keep you in a conversation that goes over the same thing over and over again for a long time. That's one way that I would pick up on when people would come into the store and they would just go on and on and on and on and on. And I would just be like, okay, this is the crystal you need. I need to go help the next person. And they would just go on and on and on and on. I would be like, then I would start going, okay, yeah, no, I rebuke and uninvite all energy vampires, and they would leave the store almost immediately. And I wouldn't say it out loud, but I would say it in my head over and over again. You did have a partner that was alien. You woke up crying because You feel like you wasn't supposed to be separated from them. Yeah, for sure. That could be these ones that come from space. I mean, we can't choose how, we can't really control, I would want to say, how other beings perceive us. And if they see something within us that is going on, like that could benefit them, I can't say that. Like, you guys are very special people. I know that the people I read for are not ordinary people, because I'm not ordinary. I'm like literally not. So I know that the other people that I read for are going to be, because like I pull in people that are going to be on my frequency. And that I've either been twin flames with, or had partnerships with, or past life with. I know about all of that. I remember everything. I've been Loki since I could ever remember, and had to work through a bunch of shit with that, but have made it out and am actually a better being for it. So I do feel like that part of this has to do with your higher self lineage as well, and them fearing you bringing in more children into this world. Strength. Yeah, they feel like you have this strength that is going to be able to protect them from the wrath of God. That's crazy. Like, I don't know, when is it going to change where these beings are just like literally looking at you guys as either some type of political pawn, or they, they want you guys to be, they're looking for the person that's going to fulfill this prophecy. Okay. And they're looking at, is it, they're going to be your children? The prophecy that they have has to do something with their curse being lifted. Yeah, exactly. They don't want to lose their power. Because if the curse is lifted, then they're not supernatural anymore. That's the funny part. And I'm getting big Lucifer vibes. I mean, this is definitely something that Lucifer, like I was saying, the fallen angels and fallen watchers. And I don't think that Lucifer's negative. Okay. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I do feel like a lot of things were born of these connections, these ancient connections. So you definitely have, the light bearer, which was another role of mine. But yeah, light bearer being actually on your side, being of the light. You guys are of a different type of light. It's not a light that these vampires hold. These vampires are so afraid of this supernatural light. Revelations 22:16, where Jesus basically says coming back as a morning star. But yeah, this is definitely that type of energy. Yeah, and the thing is that you guys are cursed. These beings are like, who's breaking these curses? And they find out who's breaking these curses, and like, we need to get them on our side. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is failure. So yeah, when I first started when I first started doing my writings, I was finding all of the fallen watchers. I found every single one of them and their lineages in this lifetime, literally in this lifetime. And once I reunited us all, I was able to uncurse us from all the shit that went down on Mount Hermon and everything like that. That was a big deal, having known all of them, and there's way more than 200. Okay. And all of us being on the planet right now, there is no coincidence. So there is something bigger here that is in the woodworks. But yeah, I don't know exactly how you come into play with it. I just know that these beings want access to whatever knowledge that you guys have. The magus, like what I'm saying, the magician, they want access to the actual magic that causes vampires and werewolves. They want access to that shit. Then the other thing is that they also underestimate your guys' power and your ability. But yeah. Yeah, so it's like these beings, like, being definitely drawn to, I do feel like it's my platform, because you guys are all having the same experiences. I don't believe that Judas was the first vampire. I don't believe Judas was Judas was just a selfish dick, from what I understand. Yeah, he was definitely not a vampire, but I do believe that Cain was the first. I personally, from what I saw, Cain definitely, when he was bashing his head and the bashing his brother's brains in, his brother's blood got in his mouth and he swallowed it. He was like, God, you're not going to accept my offering as being good enough. Okay, well, I'm going to offer up Abel since you like the burnt flesh so much more over my vegetarian offering. Yes. Yeah. They're powerful, but you guys are more powerful. Like I said, we're the light workers. We're the real fallen angels and shit that have come back to, when God said, go to the earth and watch over the humans, it's because God was turning away and walking away at that point. So it's like, we all have that Nephilim stuff going on, and it's nothing negative. I mean, any part of it that could have been negative, we remove the curse off of. That's why these other curse beings are very drawn to us. They have a natural curiosity. The fool, exactly. Their natural curiosity. It's like fucking Pandora's box all over. The fool. They have a very natural, foolish like curiosity, but these beings will F around and find out too much. Even the elders in their societies or whatever are not, they don't hold real power. Yeah. Wow. And it hurts in the middle of your chest. Wow, that's interesting. So I'm wondering if you're picking up on empathic energy or if you're just feeling the turmoil that other people have to go through. Fortune. Yeah, this is the time for us to come into the Wheel of Fortune. This is literally our destiny. They know that. They know that universally this is our destiny. So what I was going to say was I started a group called the Left-Hand Path of Lucifer, and it guides all of the fallen watchers to basically do their abilities and create, like one watcher that I read for has created an entire system on how to basically keep our trees watered, all of everything. It's like an irrigation system, but it's a way of planting. Anyways, and then another watcher had created a machine that generates free energy. All of them do something very specific. Like they have specific ones, right? Specific jobs that they do. So then when I connected with them, I basically directed them through different initiations and stuff like that to begin in the area of work that they're in. And they're extremely successful. They're made for that. So it's like, yeah, it's just interesting. Like how things can be perceived one way, but they're really another. Yeah. And so many brilliant people that I met, and God brought them in one after another, after another, after another, after another. So, yeah. So it just was like, I was like, okay, I guess I'm reading for all of the watchers. And I tell people about them being a watcher and they would start crying and stuff. Like, it was always really dramatic effects because their soul was like, boom, confirmation. This is this is the information that you need, basically. So yeah, so the morning star, from what I understand, from my interpretation, the morning star, you have Venus, the planet Venus, which is Aphrodite, Venus, the goddess of love. And then it also has to do with the morning star, because Venus, why it's called the morning star, do you guys even know? It's called the morning star because Venus actually provides light to the planet. It comes up before the sunlight comes. So the dawn star is something different. I don't know what the dawn star is, but yeah. Wow. Wow. Killing of demons and with the angel of death. That is so dope. That is so dope. Wow. That's amazing. See, that would be a fun dream to have. I want to have more fun dreams like that. I mean, my dreams lately, I've been going to some type of underwater, like it's like underwater technology or something. I think I'm dreaming of maybe Atlantis or something. But speaking of weird ass dreams about vampires, I did have a dream about one of the underworld vampires. It was like the father vampire in the prequel one, whatever. What was his name? I forget what his name is. Anyways, the father of Celine. That actor was in my dream. It was very weird. I was like, no. We were working on some type of underwater Leviathan cage or some shit. It was pretty weird. But yeah, this Knight of Wands, this is a very fast moving energy, a very fast moving energy. I feel like somebody may come and deliver you an invite or a message soon. That's just because they've failed to get this message to you in the dream state, literally. Oh, really? Kijora. Hopefully I said that right. Wow. I've never heard that. That's so cool. That's the Dawn Star, and that's what you call Venus. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Venus is a planet of enlightenment. That's what I really feel. And pleasure. So yeah, when you guys have these experiences, just know that everything can be looked at two ways. As one way of, okay, it's just a dream, another way of, okay, it's an allegory and it's a message. You know what I mean? Yes. Good. You've been writing in your children for your children to help protect them. That's great. Yeah, you creating a grimoire. That's why grimoires were created, so they could be left basically to other people. Oh, I was just also reminded I was Patala. I was Patala. So there are there's other realms and other frequencies of these planets that I think that we don't really tap into until we finally tap into them. Oh, you live in Savannah, Georgia? Is GA Georgia? And someone sent you this post about a vampire being in your city a day ago. That is so wild, you guys. This is such a hot topic right now. There should be a vampire panel to learn. I wonder if they have something like that. I mean, literally, I'm not really a vampire, so I don't feel like starting that, but somebody should start that so that they can communicate with each other. But it seems like they can do that in the astral realm. Look at this. Satiety, being satiated. That's having enough to drink. Okay. So they're definitely looking at you as how they can become satiated. That is crazy. That is crazy. But there is something that has to do with the moon. When the moon is the strongest, I feel like they power up by using the energy of the moon. Look at this. You guys are coming out as the sun, the good fortune and the sun. No wonder they're attracted to you guys. No wonder. You guys have the energy. Like I was saying, the children of the sun. And isn't Sekhmet, the goddess Sekhmet, isn't she also a vampire? And isn't she the goddess or the daughter of, the sun god Ra, wife and daughter or something like that? So that's also very interesting. There's so many different types of vampires, from everything from, Kali Ma, why she was created was because there was this maybe it's in the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm not for sure. But there's basically this battle that's going on. There's this demon that every time a drop of its blood falls and hits the ground, another version of that, it's like cloning the demon, another version of that demon pops up. So the asuras were fighting this demon. Every time they would cut its head off or whatever, another version would pop up anytime a little piece of blood spilt on the ground. So they created Kali Ma, sent her in to that battle, and she basically, I got chills. I always get chills when I think about this. So then she sucks up all of the blood of that demon so that it basically cannot keep sprouting more versions of itself up. So yeah. So not all vampires are negative. Kali Ma doesn't go around just drinking the blood of people and weird shit like that. She was literally created to drain this specific demon of its blood because that was its way of fighting. But yeah. So when you receive a book in a dream, it means that somebody or something is trying to pass down knowledge to you. It's either knowledge, wisdom, or a combination of both knowledge and wisdom. And it was dark blue, which could have to do with royalty, has drawings and animals and mystical beings in orange. Yeah, that definitely. I mean, I'm getting that it's coming from another lifetime, but some of these creatures exist in the Middle East and in this world as well. Kind of like how Genghis Khan um, defeated a lot of his a lot of his wars he won with using the sandworm. You guys know about the Genghis. You'll have to research Genghis Khan and the sandworms, because he definitely has like dune-like sandworms that he would control those, and yeah, they would they would unalive people. Let's just say that. Yeah, Sekhmet is awesome. Freaking love her. But yeah, this is quite interesting. Yeah, she's one of my like so one of my protectors. So yeah, these vampires want to become satiated. Asuras are the demons. Kali is considered a deity goddess from what I read. Okay, so the Asuras are the demons. What are the blue skin gods called? What is their group of, what are they called is what I want to know. I'll have to look that up as well. But yeah. Sandworms. Yeah, seriously. There's something like, if people in the Middle East are really afraid of these things. Yes, absolutely. Kali is such a good guide. She is so good at removing the ego and helping you see different parts of yourselves. I mean, as far as a dark divine feminine, she's probably like one of my favorites. Her and Lilith, I think, are my favorite. Look at this wealth card showing up for you guys. The Wheel of Fortune, the sun, and the wealth. Yeah, this is you guys being very much a successor over something, gaining spiritual knowledge. Like there could be some type of hidden secret spiritual knowledge that's being passed down to you. The blue ones are, okay, they're called deities, gods, and goddesses, so they don't have a name for that. Interesting. Yeah, or Devi, right? Are they called devas? Are they called devas? Is that what it is? Or is that just one of the deities? Yeah, your light probably wrecks their ego. I feel like you guys both have darkness and light, and so that you have to have darkness to be able to even perceive light. These people definitely want you to join their ranks or to pass whatever this secret knowledge is that you have. Okay, so they're also called rakshasas. Okay, cool. Wow, interesting. Yeah, people feel you to be yin and yang for sure. Devi means goddess. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. Now I know that. All right. So yeah, I feel like you guys are really tapped in. You also have some type of hidden secret knowledge. Like I said, you're a reincarnated being from something. Deva is gods. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, this is going to be total ruin if like this is how these beings feel if they're not able to gain access or entry point into your energetic field, if they're not able to get you to join their ranks, if they can't get this information out of you. It's knowledge, like it's knowledge that until you know you have it, you don't really have access to it until you realize that you have it. They want whatever, and this also has to do with the demiurge and Gnosticism. So there, okay, so it would be interesting to research if there is vampire Gnosticism, because there is something about that here that they're trying to avoid this ruin. They're close to ruin now because they're too close to being discovered. Like, to be quite honest, more information about them gets out every day. And They feel like it's only a matter of time before all of the, people with pitchforks, metaphorically, show up at their door wanting to burn their house down, huff and puff and blow their house down or burn it down, right? They feel like that things are going in that direction. I actually disagree. I feel like society and the community in general, even though they may not be comfortable with Luciferianism, with vampirism, with lycanthropy, they may not, and shapeshifting, all that shit, witchcraft, they may not be comfortable with it, but I don't feel like they're gonna burn you alive. Okay. I feel like maybe the communities we have now may be more accepting of people who are supernatural beings. I do know somebody that is an actual jinn. Like they're not even a person at all. They're literally a jinn and they can shapeshift and stuff. And I know this person's been watching me for a while. You've been having dreams of going into other realms. Yeah, seeing the stars and galaxies and a burning tree and then a valley below. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder what the burning tree means. That would be interesting to look up. Yeah, vampire Gnosticism. Oh my God. That's so wild. Look at this. This is all about gain, because if they're able to interfere with the downloads that you get, they feel like they're going to be able to gain this extra knowledge. There is some type of, vampire Gnosticism, some type of like, maybe it's a hidden gospel or something like that. There's some type of actual knowledge and information that they want access to. Maybe it's like the Book of the Damned or some shit. I don't know what this is, but I don't know what name to give it because I don't know what it's called. Kind of gives me like a Necronomicon vibe, but for vampires. So they're looking for they're looking for the knowledge that's in this book so that they can fill in the missing pieces, right, to the story. You are writing a hidden gospel. That is so so this is that's so funny. Literally, this is what it's talking about. Yeah, they want access to this knowledge. And, it's part of your wheel of fortune though. And it's going to put people in the sunlight. I feel like overall these beings, they need to respect you and fear you. Point blank period. And then, because this, whatever this vampire gospel or whatever this is, this prophecy, whatever it is, it's going to teach these beings to live in a different way. So, they want this knowledge so that they can evolve. I was kind of talking about how they want your guys' upgrade. This is part of what your upgrade is. Yeah, it may be a book that has a lot of art in it. Okay. They're like definitely looking for this hidden information because it could be encoded within art as well. And your art could be your writing, right? So they're looking at this and they're going, okay, they know for some reason that there's the chosen ones for these prophecies are here. They just, other than accessing through them through the dream state, they want to get invited into your life. That's why they're coming to you guys in the dreams. Oh, yes. I was wondering if it was an ancestral tree, but burning down would not be a good sign. And if you didn't have a bad sign in the dream, like if you didn't have a bad feeling, then sometimes in your dream you can astral project so high into the air you can actually feel your body and you get afraid of heights. Wow. That is wild. Wild. Yeah, look at this luxury. These vampires live some type of life of luxury because of the energy that they're able to steal and take from people. They feel like this knowledge that you have could definitely change their status. Knight of Discs. Yeah, it could change their status in a very fast moving pace. So they are now, again, succubus and incubus spirits are sexual vampires. So if you guys have any really wild sexual dreams, that's another thing to look at as well. If you guys have any dreams about sex, that's another way of dominating people in the dream state. So just be aware of that. You may have somebody come forward and contact you and tell you straight up that they are a vampire, witch, werewolf, whatever. Just believe them because, like I said, some people will say that they are these things, but they're not. They're just humans that are into the fantasy of it. Then there are some that, okay, the fire was blue, glowing blue, purple, pink butterflies going around. Okay, then that's not negative at all. That could just be like the different archangel fires. Like Archangel Michael's flame is blue. And so Metatron's is purple, and I think Sandalphon is pink, or maybe Ariel's pink. So yeah, that doesn't give me a bad vibe at all. But this does have to do with an aspect of wealth, because knowledge is wealth, health is wealth also. Yeah, this strife, this is what is happening with these beings. They're having strife over a top dog existing, basically, because it's splitting their group up. Half of the people want to go, and I don't believe in worshiping humans, but like these people don't see you as human, so they're looking at you as a reincarnated being. These vampires, half of them want to come worship you, half of them want to come challenge you. So that's the type of energy that I'm getting. The blue skin demons are jinn. Yeah, for sure. The Madrid. But the Madrid usually are like, maybe they're not the nicest. Okay, first of all, jinn do not like humans. Okay, all of them are not fond of us, but they are bound in some type of way. And so the Madrid ones are not like super negative, but they're very mischievous. So yeah. Yeah, if there are demons that are blue. Well, there's definitely jinn that are blue, but it's kind of like a spiritual classification of itself. One vampire did try to poison and challenge you for your crown. He got folded up. Exactly. This is exactly what I'm saying. You guys are gonna whoop. You guys are gonna whoop some ass in the spirit. All right, let's get one more card. Prince of Swords. What I just say? You guys are gonna whoop some ass in the spirit. This person is cutting through. Oh my God, that is so funny, you guys. That is so funny. Look at this. It's like fighting in the dream realm. So yeah, just know that this plan exists out there, and it's definitely in a way being directed towards you. Make sure you guys do the things to cleanse your energy and cleanse your space. Okay, sage, Palo Santo, the garlic oil blessing, all of that good stuff. And then if these people try to come and get access back into your dreams, know that if they're coming into they are divided. Yeah. If they're coming into your dream, you have the power. Okay. Because you're not like venturing into their dream. I can definitely sense that they're coming into your dream, and they just don't want you to know that you have the power. But yeah, in your own dream, you have the power. And so if they try to make you afraid, that is a way of energy harvesting. And so knowing that you're like what to say, that I uninvite, just like what happened with me. I had the vampire spirit come up to my face and tell me that it was going to come for my stepchild, and I fucking like flipped out on it. I got out of my body so fast and pinned it against the wall and was like, you're going to what? You know what I mean? So again, you guys do have the power in the dream state. Yeah. What's my son? I'm not going to reveal what my sun and my moon is. And honestly, I don't even know what they are. But yeah, definitely continue to read Psalm 91. And then, if you wake up and you're sweating and you can't remember your dreams, that's another sign that somebody's trying to block your knowledge and downloads from coming through. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. Yes, only reveal what's in your first house, Saturn rising. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's just not relevant for you guys to know my stuff, because I've done the born list ritual, so it takes away my birth chart basically. And yeah. All right, you guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. You guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. The energy of the moon tonight is still going to be really strong. So make sure that you guys are drinking water, grounding your energy, and putting up a little bit of extra protection. Again, you guys are the ones that hold the power in the dream state. These other people, they do not. Okay. All right, you guys. Peace be with you. Have a good day. You watched the Dark Chosen One video. Oh, and the YouTuber said if you just watch their video, it called it called to you and your dark chosen one. And honestly, it made sense. There you go. Yeah. So you guys are getting the downloads. You guys are very welcome. You guys are getting the downloads. So just make sure that you follow your intuition, because your that gut, that instinct is always going to be the greatest thing that you have. Okay. It's going to let you know which ones are there for you and which ones are there not for you. Okay. All right. I enjoyed this as well. I love you guys. Peace be with you. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Have a good day. Good. I'm glad that that makes sense. Okay. I'm so glad that it makes sense to you guys. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.